All right, Facebook land is live. Zoom land is live. Amy got your package. Congratulations. Thank you for your purchase. All right, guys, welcome in. Coming up on 11 o'clock here in Chicago Central Daylight Time. And Sweet Considerations is the program for this morning. And I'm looking forward to sharing this one. I have not shared this class yet in live format. It has never been shared at a trade show or an educational event. It has never been shared online in a class format like this. It was 12 videos in a series that appeared on my YouTube channel, but it was a closed series that was only available to an exclusive group online. And so we're opening it up here. We're going to share this information today with everybody, which I think is super, super exciting. Couple things to get us kicked off. Zoom world, you know how this goes by now. Chat is on, mics are muted. Q&A the last 8 to 10 minutes of the program. Feel free to type, feel free to chat. You can unmute and jump in if you've got a question or a comment. I always welcome that. Facebook, good to have you all here. I try to monitor the comments coming in off Facebook in real time so that we can be addressing that as well. Big week coming up. Just a quick recap here. Monday, today, Modern Pompadour was 9 o'clock. If you missed it, you can go back and watch that on replay. It's still here. It's still there. You can still see it. Today, 11 o'clock is Sweet Considerations. Tomorrow, Tuesday, Razor, Line, and Edge is the 9 o'clock program, and the $100,000 Hair Cutter System, which is a portion of the class that was the foundation for the book. That's coming up at 11 o'clock tomorrow. Wednesday is Revolution, Cutting the Notion of Economy of Motion. That is the efficiency and productivity system for hair cutters. That's coming up Wednesday at 9. And a new program, Wednesday at 11, Initial Haircut Pricing. If you're a student getting into the business, if you're opening up a suite, renting a chair, opening a shop, this is a critical conversation in just where and how do we come up with our initial haircut price. It is the single most important decision you will ever make in your entire career. Once you start at a price, everything spills down after that from that point forward. So your opening price, your initial price, the price point at which you start your career or you open a shop or a new venture is super, super, super critical. And that's what we're going to talk about at 11 o'clock on Wednesday. Thursday, new class, 9 a.m. is the face shave system. And a biggie, 11 o'clock is my saving systems for hair cutters. Diversified Cuts, I see you here on Facebook. You just downloaded that program. What'd you think? Throw me a comment. Throw me a little reflection on it. I'll be telling you guys about that program. It's an 8-step savings system for professional hair cutters or any beauty and barber professional. You can retire with over $4 million. I will say that again. You can retire with over $4 million or more, depending on how you follow the system that I'm going to lay out for you at 11 o'clock on Thursday. And you can download that system off my website as well. Friday is Clipper over Comb, fundamental skill of clipper cutting and men's hair cutting. We're going to break it down. Diversified Cuts, good to see good. I like that. 11 o'clock on Friday is compensation systems. We're going to talk about how you get paid in the haircut business. We're going to talk about all of the ways you can get paid, how they work, what they're all about. We're going to break down haircut compensation systems on Friday at 11. So what you should have noticed with the schedule is 9 o'clock is technical, 11 o'clock is business. That's the pattern we're going to use going forward. As always, the reminder about Barbicide, Barbicide certification, Barbicide back to work plan, Barbicide reopening recommendations, all those documents, all the links are on my website, and you are all invited. If you haven't already done it, Barbicide certification class, they're all free. Barbicide.com. Go to their website or go to my links and follow up there. And a special welcome this week to Jatai International. Jatai International is a new sponsor of my programming here. They're a longtime sponsor and business partner of mine. Everything from switchblade shears. That's a pair of scissors I've had for 33 years. Switchblades, you throw the blades away and you've got a brand new scissors from Jatai. We used freestyle razors in our pompadour class. We talked about feather blades. And a little while later in the program, I've got a link for you. It's in my links list on my Instagram for a very healthy 25% off coupon code that is available for you from my friends at Jatai. Go to the link in my Instagram, click on the Jatai link, and you can download, or you can click on there, you can fill out the form, and they will send you a big, fat, healthy, luxury coupon code for a big discount from Jatai. We always start with $100,000 hair cutter. We already read today. Today I need some dates. One from Instagram, or one from Facebook, and one from Zoom. What date are we going to read in the $100,000 hair cutter book? 365 days, 365 ideas, one idea a day, every single day for your entire year, plus a bonus week, plus bonus extra chapters. First one offered up here was, let me look. Chris Hayes, May 13. Let's take a look at May 13. We're still looking for a date coming from Facebook land. What do you got? May 13, day 133, 232 days remaining in the year. Have a shop recycling program. Have a bin in the front of the shop for empty hair care product packaging. Offer a recycling incentive in the form of a discount for empties returned to the shop. Be sure to recycle materials used in the delivery of service. Often, commercial addresses do not have the curbside programs that we enjoy. Many clients see green initiatives as positive reflections on your business. A recycle bin costs nothing and sends a positive message. How many other things can you say about that? So this one is a marketing tip, a business tip, an environmental tip, having a recycling bin in your business for all the positives associated with a recycling program like that. That's the tip for May 13. And we're going to look at, Melinda has suggested May 24 over on Facebook. I want to pause for a moment. Yeah, we had a little bit of speed bump on Facebook. May 24, day 144, 221 days remaining in the year. Quote, I just use what my wife buys is a selling opportunity. I just use what my wife buys. When you try to sell a guy a bottle of shampoo or bottle of gel or a hair care product, I just use what my wife buys. You want to hear that as a powerful, powerful selling opportunity. Your client's wife is not losing her hair. That's one of my favorite responses. Really? Is your wife losing her hair? His wife colors her hair. His wife has long curly hair in need of deep conditioning. There are many reasons why the hair care products that your customer's wife buys and uses are absolutely not right for your client's hair needs. When a client tosses out a line like this as a purchase objection, you can easily jump on many valid reasons why this is flawed logic. A proper home care regimen is in order. Take full advantage of this selling opportunity. So this is about hearing what somebody says, understanding what somebody says, and being able to respond in an appropriate manner when it comes to the recommendation of professional take-home hair care product. That's a take-home tip. That's a retailing tip. I think that can be powerful for many people behind the chair to help them overcome some of those objections and sell well behind the chair with their clients. Paper, digital, audio, 100K hair cutter, Amazon.com, IvanZoot.com. You guys know the coupon code. It's not going away. It's out there for you to use it. 20% off. Did you buy a book yet? Have you bought the book yet? What are you waiting for? Go buy the book. That's what it's all about. All right, guys. Welcome to today's program. Today's program is called Sweet Considerations. And it came about, I do a lot of coaching. I do a lot of working with beauty and barber professionals that are looking for more. They're looking for the next opportunity. They're looking for the next big change in their careers. And I do a lot of this coaching, and I tried to capture what I think are the 10 questions every hair cutter should be asking themselves. I'm not asking you these questions, and you're not asking me these questions. I'm going to tell you what the questions are, but what I'm telling you about these questions are, you need to ask you these questions, and you need to have answers that will provide you the peace of mind, the confidence, the understanding about going forward in a rental situation. I think this conversation is even more timely and appropriate right now because there's a lot of people not working right now who are looking at the industry, who are looking at their situation, who are wondering what's going to be different when we go back. When are we going back? I can't tell you that. You know, I will tell you, though, on the when we're going back subject, and I meant to talk about this morning, and I didn't, but I think it's worth mentioning. You know, a lot of people got pretty upset when the mayor of Las Vegas, this woman on TV, was talking about opening up Las Vegas early, recognizing that their infection rate hasn't peaked and it hasn't flattened. But she's talking about the devastating impact that this has had on their economy. And she wants to open Las Vegas early. And a lot of people think it's crazy talk. And a lot of people think it's a bad idea, including her governor. And a lot of people were bad-mouthing her over her desire to open up Las Vegas early. And one of the comments she had made was, we need a test. We need a city to open up to test whether or not this disease is what they say it is, whether or not the contagiousness of the situation is what they claim it is. And she was offering up Las Vegas as a test. And Anderson Cooper or somebody was interviewing her and talking about, you know, how can you be willing to do this? And what are your suggestions for how this will work? And her response was, I don't know. I'm the mayor. I don't cut hair. I don't do tattoos. I don't run a casino. Those people are professionals. Let them do their thing and let's see what happens. And people were all up in arms over this. How could you be so callous? How could you test like this? And I'm not offering up an opinion one way or the other on the idea of opening up Las Vegas. That's not my point. What I will share with you, though, is we have our test. If anybody wanted a test, the test is metropolitan Atlanta. Atlanta's opened up. Georgia's opened up. And I'm not talking about rural Georgia because infection rates throughout the state vary based on counties and areas and things. But I'm talking about metro Atlanta. I'm talking about a major metropolitan area in the United States of America in which the governor and the mayor have said, game on, guys, let's go. We have our test. And there are some, I know hair cutters in Atlanta who are not open and they're not cutting and they won't do it. And I know hair cutters in Atlanta who are open and cutting and doing business. And I know hair cutters that are wearing masks, and I know hair cutters that are doing all kinds of things to protect themselves in a variety of ways. And I know hair cutters in Atlanta who are not doing any of those things. So for all practical purposes, America, for all practical purposes, beauty industry, we have our test. Our test is Atlanta. Watch. Because it opened up on Friday, give or take, the weekend, Saturday, 14 days. That's our test. Watch the infection rates in Atlanta. I don't know what's going to happen. Watch the death rate in metropolitan Atlanta. I don't know what's going to happen. Keep in mind, I'm not voicing an opinion here. It wasn't my idea to open Atlanta. I didn't say to do it. I didn't say not to do it. That's not my call. I am a part of the industry, and I'm a spectator in that regard. But we're going to see. In 14 days, which will be, I don't have my calculator, but I think Friday was the 24th, so add 7, you go to the 1st, add 7 more, you go to about the 8th, give or take, 7th or 8th of May, we will know exactly what has happened in Atlanta, our test city. I wish everyone the best. I wish everyone good health. I hope that we don't see an increase in infections, and I hope we don't see an increase in deaths from coronavirus in Atlanta, but you got to test. We'll see how it goes. So, with everybody looking at the industry and not sure what's going to happen, not sure how it's going to go, not sure how it's all going to shake out, I think there are a lot of people here who are planning on not going back to their old cutting situation. I was renting a chair. I'm not going to do that. I want a commission spot. I was on a commission spot. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to rent a suite. I was renting a suite. I'm not going to do that. I'm opening up my own shop. I was opening my own shop. I can't afford it. I'm closing. I'm going out of business. I know people leaving the industry. It's a tragedy for a lot of people. But for those people that are considering a suite situation, and let's define a suite situation. A suite situation is not employment. No one's going to send you a W-2. A suite situation is not contracting. No one's going to send you a 1099. A suite situation like chair rental is owning your own business. It is doing your own thing. It is 1,000% you, responsible for you and your business. And that's not a bad thing. Small businesses like this are literally the backbone of the American economy. And they're all struggling right now. But when it's time to get back to getting back to it, here's your 10 questions that you need to be asking you if you're going to make the move to suite rental. Let's go through it now. Let's talk about them one at a time. Remember, guys, chat is open. Chat on Facebook. If you want to speak, unmute your mic. Feel free to ask a question. We have almost 80, a little over 80 people here on Zoom, which is a good sized room. But as long as we can keep things kind of under control, let's make this more than a monologue. Number one, suite considerations. Are you prepared to truly go it alone? That is the first question you need to ask you. Are you prepared to go it alone? Suite rental is haircutting without a net. Suite rental is you got no boss. You got no supervisor. You got no manager in any way, shape, or form. You also have no resources. If you're going to advertise, you got to advertise. You got to spend on advertising. You got to come up with the advertising. You have to execute the advertising. You have to make the advertising work. You have to assess the advertising, and you have to re-roll with the next thing afterwards. Education. You're on your own for education. You don't have a boss telling you to go to take a class. You don't have a boss bringing in an educator. You don't have education in any way, shape, or form. Now, this is a bright spot in that there's tons and tons and tons of education available for people in our industry, whether it's a free online program like this or a class at a trade show or an event. When we get back to that, there's lots of education out there, but the responsibility sits with you to go out and find that education. You know, if you work with hair care product brands and manufacturers, some of them provide marketing support, some of them provide educational support, but the extent and the ability to which you can avail yourselves of those things is going to be tied to the extent and the ability that you have to work with that brand as a partnership, because it's about eggs in a basket. If you don't buy much take-home hair care product, and if you don't do chemical services, if you are not involved in any of those things, none of these manufacturer brands have much of an investment in you because you have very little investment in them. So really, it's truly important to understand. Question number one in suite considerations is, are you truly ready to go it alone? Business ownership, entrepreneurial endeavors are very, very lonely enterprises. It is all you. Now, for some folks listening and asking themselves that question is probably very exciting. Because your answer might be, hell yes, I am ready to go on my own. I am ready to do my own thing. I'm tired of the boss and the manager and the supervisor and the man telling me what to do and how to do it. I am ready. Rebecca Harris, welcome in. Adrian Lugo, welcome in. Good to have you guys here. You're going it alone. And if that excites you, if that invigorates you, if that pumps you up, you might have your answer to question number one. If that scares you a little bit, that makes you a little bit nervous, if you're a little bit worried, you might have an answer to question number one. Now, I'm not telling you what the answers need to be or should. There's no should. There's no such thing as should. These are your answers to how you feel about these questions. Number one, Are you prepared to go it alone? Question number 2, sweet considerations. If you're going out on your own, you're renting a chair or renting a spot, you're going to do your own thing, you're going to be your own boss, you're prepared to go it alone. How much cash you got? Question number 2, what does your cash surplus look like? How much money are you sitting on to be able to do this? I think there's a lot to talk about in this regard. I think there's a lot to look at in this regard. Tanisha, if you want to get the Zoom information, you got to go to ivanzoot.com. You got to go to the blog, and I post the links and the information for all of the classes every single week. If you'd rather be on Zoom than Facebook, you're welcome to go there to get in on it. How much cash do you have? I think this is a critical question for you to be asking yourself before you go it alone. And the reason for that is, no matter how much cash you think you've got, you probably don't have enough. You probably don't have enough cash reserves to make it work. You need to plan for being slow in the beginning. You need to plan for unexpected expenses. You need to plan for marketing budgets. You need to plan for inventory. You need to plan for supplies. Generally speaking, the rule is if you've done your homework and you've laid out your money, and you think you have enough money, whatever you think you need twice as much. Whatever you think you're planning for, you need double, literally double. And look at what's happened here. In the case of coronavirus, lockdown, lockout, can you ride this out for a period of time? You know, saving for a rainy day. We have a program coming up on Thursday, 11 o'clock, Saving Systems for Haircutters. How to retire with over $4 million. I'll be sharing that program on Thursday. When coronavirus hit, how much cash were you sitting on? What did your cash reserves look like? Did you have enough money to not work and pay your rent on your space for a month or two? Did you? Do you need to? What happens when you have a problem at work? You're renting a space somewhere and there's a tornado and the roof gets torn off, and you're not able to work in that situation until the roof is fixed. Or what happens if the water heater breaks at night and floods the building, and all the drywall gets wet and there's mold and mildew and you can't work in that situation? Have you got someplace else to work? What's your backup plan? Have you got enough money to ride it out? Pandemic. We can't plan for pandemic. And then one day it shows up. So consideration number 2 is, how's your money? How's your cash surplus? Are you sitting on enough money? Whatever money you think you need double what you think you need as a good basic rule of thumb. That's question number 2 that you should ask you, sweet considerations. Are you ready for 3? Show me a thumb if you're ready for 3. Thumbs up if you're ready for 3. On Zoom, here, or on Facebook. Tip number 3. I got a thumb from Billy. I got a thumb from Chris, Lizzie, Jody, Crystal. I'm seeing thumbs. Let's move on. Number 3, sweet considerations. You're thinking about going out on your own. And this one, you need to be very, very honest with you. And not everybody's good at that. Not everybody's ready to be honest with themselves about this next question. Question number 3 in sweet consideration. How's your work ethic? Really? How hard are you willing to work for you? Who's got to put their foot on your butt and push you out of bed in the morning? How hungry are you? How bad do you want it? I think question number 3 is a question you need to ask you standing in the bathroom and looking in the mirror. Because, you know, there's an employee mindset. I'm going to show up, I'm going to clock in, I'm going to do my job. And there's an entrepreneur mindset. 24/7, 365, nothing will stop me. You know, it's like oxygen. When you want to succeed really bad, when you want to succeed so bad that you are underwater and someone's got their foot on your head, and still you're going to make it to the surface to breathe, that you're going to fight that hard, that you want to win. A lot of people don't have that work ethic, and it's okay. I'm not criticizing any of those people. I'm not telling any of those people that there's anything wrong with that. I am telling some of those people, you might want to pause and think before you go into business for yourself, before you rent a chair or rent a suite. How hard are you willing to work? Are you willing to outwork the other guy? You know, in this regard, I've been in the business a long time. I've run my own business for a long time. If you know me at a trade show, I'm the first guy on the floor in the morning, and I'm the last guy on the floor at night leaving the building. I'm the first guy back to the hotel room to practice for the night before. This class, today at 11, what do you think I was doing at 10:45? I was looking over my notes. I was going over what I was going to share with you guys in this presentation. Do I know this program? Cold. Do I know what I want to talk about? Yes. Do I go over my notes? Still? After 33 years in the business? I had somebody say to me once, we were at a hair show. No, this is actually not a hair show. We were at a restaurant. I was out of town. I was in Madison, Wisconsin many years ago, and I was with a group of people who were auditioning to be a part of a hair care product manufacturer team. And we'd gotten in that afternoon. We were getting together for dinner, and I got up from the table at about 7 o'clock, and I said, I got to go. And they're like, where are you going? What are you doing? I said, I got to go up to the room. Why? It's 7 o'clock on a Saturday night. You're going up to the room? What are you going up to the room for? Mindy, nice to have you here. Thank you for tuning in on this program. I said, I'm going up to the room. They said, why are you going up to the room? I said, I'm going up to the room to look over my notes for tomorrow. And one of the people at the table said, Ivan, you're the best one here. You're a shoo-in for this. You're absolutely going to get hired. Why are you going up to the room to look up over your notes? And I said, that's why I'm going up to the room to look over my notes. That's why I'm the best one here. That's why I'm a shoo-in to get this job. Because I'm the guy that's going upstairs, I'm going back to my room and I'm looking over my notes. That's what that's all about. That's why it's about having that work ethic. So consideration number 3 in the sweet considerations list is, how's your work ethic? Really? Do you want to succeed badly? Are you willing to do? And successful people, the definition, I love this one. The definition of successful people is, successful people are those people willing to do that which unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. I'll say that again. Successful people are those people willing to do that which unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. Diversified cuts. Thank you, buddy. So what's your work ethic look like? Be honest with yourself. Take a long, painful look in the mirror when it comes to your work ethic. Are you going to be successful because you are depending only on you? And if you don't think you got you back, don't do it. Don't do it. Number 4, sweet considerations. Are you busy enough to go out on your own? If you've been working in a shop, if you've been working as an employee, if you've been cutting hair, you're working at a chain, you're working in a variety of situations, the question is, are you busy enough? And the answer is, it's numbers. It's not a gut feeling. It's not what you think. It's not an idea. It's hard, cold statistics and facts, because I want to give you the cold statistics and facts. It's better now because of social media. It is easier now. Audrey Ryburn, welcome in. Central Illinois, good to have you here today. It is easier now because of social media. However, you're going to lose a lot of people when you go on your own. When you leave your shop, when you leave your job, when you leave your current situation and you go out on your own, you need to plan to lose 55% of your customers. Over half. Yes, I'll say it again. You need to plan to lose over half your customers, over half your traffic when you go out on your own. They're just not going to stay with you. I don't care what they tell you. I don't care how you feel. I don't care what you think. You are going to lose. Welcome in. South Florida. Yes. Abdulio, good to have you here. You're going to lose a lot more than you think you're going to lose for all kinds of reasons. I don't want to go across the street. I don't want to go down the block. I'm staying with the shop. I got friends there. all kinds of reasons why they're not gonna follow you. You don't own these people. They're not property, they're not chattel. These are individual humans with free will to do as they wish. And very disappointing to you will be, many of these people will choose not to follow you. And that's okay, but it's real. So when I ask you, are you busy enough? My question to you is, look at your numbers and take 45% of your current numbers, less than half your current numbers, and ask you, is that enough business to be in my business? Is that enough business for me to run my business? If it is not, I'm telling you real simple, don't do it. You need to have double what you can live on in order to go off on your own. Are you busy enough? The next question on here, again, these are personal questions. This is you sitting in front of a mirror, having a heart-to-heart with you. Next on the list, number 5, and I'm serious about this, are you special enough? Are you special enough to go off on your own? And here's what I mean by this question. Bad news, folks, everyone can cut hair. Bad news, folks, the average haircut in America today is pretty good. Bad news, folks, it ain't about the haircuts. If you think you're going to go off and be successful on your own because you do damn good haircuts, you're going to fail. If you think you are going to build a business in our business because you cut better hair than the other guy, you're going to fail in the business on your own. It's not about doing better hair. It is about the experience. It is about your uniqueness. We live in a specialized industry today. You know, if you are everything to everyone, are you special enough? If you are everything to everyone, you are nothing to anyone. I'm going to say that again. If you are everything to everyone, you are nothing to anyone. Our industry has become highly specialized. Do not think you're going to go off on your own, open up a business, and be a jack of all trades and do everything for everybody. You can't. You can't be that good at everything. Clients want specialization. I want the flat top guy. Somebody else wants the fade girl who can just bang out wicked fades, but who also can provide a location and an experience and all of the other pieces to it. You need to be special. Go get Seth Godin's book, Purple Cow. Read the book, Purple Cow. Understand the book, Purple Cow, and go out and be freaking purple, because you will have to be that good to truly build business on your own. Are you special enough? I think that's a real tough question for a lot of hair cutters, because I think everybody thinks the answer is yes, and very few people truly are. Now, we've gone through 5. Are you prepared to go it alone? Do you have enough money? How's your work ethic? Are you busy enough? And are you special enough? That's like 5 questions to be asking yourself. Are you still with me? Are you still in the game? Are you still answering these in a way that leads you to believe you can be successful? That's awesome, because I want you to be successful. Purple Cow, Emily, is by a guy by the name of, I'll type it right here. Hang on a minute. I want to make sure I'm replying to everyone. Seth Godin. If you look on Amazon for Purple Cow, I guarantee that's what's going to come up. It's a little paperback book. You'll finish that book after dinner one night, and it'll lock you in or dial you in on this concept of being truly unique and special. Number 6 on the list. We got 6 through 10. How's your referral game? How are you when it comes to asking for referrals? Because when you go it alone, what you need is a tribe of raving fans screaming your praises from rooftops, sending their friends. And that's just not going to happen organically. That's not going to happen naturally. You will have to go make that happen. You will have to be looking for people. You will have to be begging for people. You will have to be asking people. You'll have to be telling clients, not just, hey, send me your friends. You're going to have to be telling clients, I don't think you understand. I need to be successful and grow here. You must send me people. It's got to be that clear. It can't be a muddy message. Yeah, is that Natalia? You got to be thinking about this stuff. That's why it's called Sweet Considerations. You got to be thinking about this stuff. I'll tell you the questions. I won't tell you the answers. but I'll tell you what to think about. How's your referral game? How comfortable are you? Now remember, we have coronavirus, but how comfortable are you at the mall, in a restaurant, in a bar, in a church, anywhere on the planet? Hi, my name's Ivan and I cut hair and I want to cut your hair. Here's my card. Are you good with that? Are you willing to say that to anyone? Are you willing to ask that to everyone? Literally, it's that big a deal. It's that huge for you to be successful. So how's your referral game? If your referral game is strong, that's an important one of the 10 questions. Because if your referral game is game on, you've taken a lot of challenge off your plate. But I'll be honest with you, if your referral game is weak, you're dead in the water. You are dead in the water. Get a paper hat, get a spatula. Do you want fries with that? If your referral game is not game on, that's what you're going to need to know. I'm serious, guys. Number 7 on the list. How's your rebooking game? Your rebooking game. Rebooking is an art form. Rebooking is a skill. Rebooking is not something any of us were born with. Rebooking is something we choose to do. It is something we double down on in the interest of our success. Rebooking is the art of getting the client's next appointment today before they leave. This is how you fill a book. This is how you fill a chair. This is how you build a business, is with rebooking. And the deal is, guys, and I'll put it out here for you. How's your rebooking game? That's consideration number 7 in Sweet Considerations. Ask yourself this question. Am I willing to offer rebooking to book the next appointment? Am I willing to offer rebooking to 100% of my customers? No quibbling here. No wishy-washy. No options, no choices. If you are to be successful building a business on your own, suite rental, chair rental, own a shop, you have to rebook like it's life or death. Do you know why you have to rebook like it's life or death? That's right, because it's life or death to your business. Referrals and rebooking, number 6 and number 7 on this list, are so hypercritical you cannot succeed without them. Literally, you will not. You cannot succeed without them. So I ask you, how's your referral game? Question 6. And how's your rebooking game? Question 7. Question 8. Question number 8. How's your take-home game? How is your ability to use, recommend, suggest, and close sales on take-home hair care product, on people's willingness to listen to you, to hear you and understand you, and to make the product purchase? Your retail game. How's your take-home game? This is the next one on here in Sweet Considerations. Guys, 30%. 30%. 3 out of every $10 that come through your cash register must come in the form of take-home hair care product. Your take-home game needs to be that good. Now, you heard me right. 3 out of 10 of every dollar you bring in has got to come from product. These are easy dollars. These are double up dollars. A guy with an $18 haircut and an $18 puck has now doubled the money he spent with you. I'm talking doubling your business. Remember when I asked you earlier, are you busy enough? You can make more money with less customers with a solid product game. And you will make less money overall if your game for product is not in place. So how's your take-home game? How is your take-home game? Such an important question. It's probably not good enough. It probably could be better. And now's the time, before you go it alone, before you go out on your own, before you rent the suite or rent the chair or unlock the door on your dream business, put in the time, do the work to build these kinds of skills. It will pay you back handsomely. You will succeed. You will be good at this. It works, guys. There are people out there renting chairs and renting suites that are thriving and growing, building and enjoying very profitable and very successful businesses. But those people have answers to these questions that very specifically support their hope, their dream, their wish, and their desire to be a success in the business. Number 9 on the list, Sweet Considerations. And this one is more important than you think. This one is more important than you know. Question number 9 that you need to ask you in your sweet considerations conversation. And this is a place where I see a lot of first-time renters, make a huge mistake. A lot of first-time renters cut themselves off at the knees with this question. Are you ready? Who's ready for question number 9? Let me know you guys are still here. Let me know you guys are still listening. Let me know the planet is still spinning. Cindy Hamilton, retail is huge. You are absolutely right. Very ready. Number 9, sweet considerations. You got to ask you, is my price high enough? Is my price high enough to go it alone? That's the question I'm asking you, because a lot of people think when they go out on their own, they're going to lower the price. How do I get products? Send me a message. DM me. I will hook you up with a fabulous product brand. I will get you connected. You want Clipper Guy products? These are great products that sell like crazy. I got you covered, no problem. Question number 9, is your price high enough? You cannot go out on your own at lower prices. Whatever your price is right now, before you're thinking of going out on your own, you got to go out higher. Your expenses are going to be higher. You don't have a boss taking taxes. You're responsible for everything. You've got all your costs. We've got a program coming up on Wednesday, 11 a.m., Wednesday, the initial haircut pricing program. How to price your haircut. I will take you through. Erica is waving hello. Good to have you here up on Facebook. We're going to talk about how to price, how to make that pricing decision. And I'll give you a big fat hint. You do not price your haircuts with a telephone. Calling shops. How much is your haircut? 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 And then adding them up and averaging and dividing it out and then playing the market. That is not how you succeed in the haircut business. That is not how you set your haircut price. But my question for you is, look at your price. Is your haircut price high enough to sustain you, to grow you, to build you, to provide with everything you need to cover your expenses and to deliver your necessary profit? That's an important question. Is your price high enough? Last on the list, number 10 in your sweet consideration questions, and it's funny I have this one last, because I think there are a lot of people in the haircut game, and in any game for that matter, haircuts, hamburgers, dry cleaning, any business. I think there are a lot of people for whom question number 10 has been question number 1. Question number 10 is what they ask themselves first. And I don't think this is the first question. I almost have it here on the list. It's not a joke. I'm serious about this question, but I put it at number 10 very deliberately because I want you to understand how I feel about its seriousness. And I put it at number 10 on the list because I want to make the point that it is not consideration number 1. I've given you 9 questions to ask yourself. When will you be covering price and how to come up with pricing? That is Wednesday. Let me double check here. Is that Renham? Pizarro. 11 a.m. on Wednesday. 11 a.m. on Wednesday is the initial haircut pricing program. Hope to have you back for that. So, recap before we go to number 10. Question number 10, are you prepared to go it alone? Question number 2, do you have enough cash? Question number 3, how's your work ethic, really? Question number 4, are you truly busy enough to go it alone? Question number 5, are you special enough to actually build and grow business in the haircut business? Question number 6, how's your referral game? Will you send me 2 friends? Question number 7, how's your rebooking game? Can I set up your next haircut appointment today before you leave? Question number 8, how's your take-home hair care product game? Are you selling enough product to generate enough revenue to truly be successful? Question number 9, is your haircut price high enough? And one of the points I want to make is, if you're working at a chain, and I love chains, remember, Ivan loves chains. If you're working at a chain, chains got me started in our industry. Chains got me to learn how to cut hair. Chains got me the volume to get me good at what we do. I love chain salons. Zippy cuts and quickie cuts and kitty cuts. I love those places. But I will tell you, if you're working at a chain and you're leaving to go off on your own, you're not expensive enough. If you think the chain price when you go out on your own will be enough to sustain you, will be enough to make money, will be enough to have you successful, it will not. So keep that in mind. If your chain was $18 and it's not going to be enough, you're going to have to be, I don't know, maybe 24, maybe 26 when you go out on your own. And remember, point number 4, are you busy enough that you're going to lose 55% of your traffic? What's going to happen when you go from 18 to 24 or 26? Some people are going to follow you. Yes, they will. You are good and people like you. That's the foundation of the business. And it's true. And it is what it is. And it's very honest. But some people aren't going to follow you. Some people aren't going to be willing to pay more. Some people aren't going to give you more money for what they bought from you for less. Why should they? You need to give them a reason. That's number 5. Are you special enough? Have you given people a reason to experience inconvenience to get their hair cut? Quick story. You know what? There's a haircutter here on Facebook who's watching this program, who's a friend of mine, who's a great haircutter, who worked at a chain. She worked at a chain and she cut my hair at that chain. And she left and she went out on her own. And when she left and she went out on her own, she was more expensive. She was not as convenient. But you know what? She was special enough. So you know what I did? I followed her to her suite location. And she still cuts my hair. And I pay more money. And it's not as easy to get to. It's a little bit of a hassle. But she's worth it. And that's an example of what's going on there. I pay more and I suffer more to get her haircut, but it's worth it to me to do it. And that's a perfect example of somebody who took the chance. She was ready to go it alone. She had the cash to do it. I know she's got the work ethic to do it. She was busy enough to justify it. She was special enough for it to be worthwhile. She's good at referrals. She rebooks. She sells take home. And the price had to go up to make it work. That's 9. Are you ready for 10? Number 10. Reason number 10, or consideration number 10, question you got to ask yourself. And remember, a lot of people use this as question number 1. And this should not be question number 1. It belongs on the list at the bottom of the list. Question number 10, sweet consideration number 10. Location, location, location. You've heard that when we talk about businesses. You've heard the only 3 things that matter in business is location, location, location. Not true. Location matters, but there's 9 other things that matter a lot more than your location. But how's your location? Is your location look appropriate for the business you want to run? Does the location have enough parking for the volume you need to do? Is the sanitation, even more important than ever before today, is the sanitation up to par? Ventilation, visibility from the street, convenience for customers. Is it on a train line or a bus line? Is there parking? We talked about parking. All of these things. Is it safe? You know, I'll give you an example. I know somebody who opened up a barber shop in a strip mall next to a restaurant. I wouldn't do that. I would not go in next to a restaurant because you don't know when they're going to have a fire. And when they have a fire and the fireman's got to chop a hole in the roof and they pour hundreds of thousands of gallons of water on the building and your suite location is destroyed one night while you're sleeping, are you set? Are you insured? Are you protected? Do you have enough cash reserves? That's an example of a little location-related issue that might give you a little bit of pause on going it on your own. So these are my top 10 sweet considerations. These are the questions you need to ask you if you are thinking of going out on your own, renting a suite, renting a chair, or opening your own business. I want to open it up for Q&A. We got about 8 minutes remaining. I think this has been a great solid program. I do want to remind you about Feather and Jatai, the new sponsor we've introduced into the program. Go to questions that make you go, Donnell, that's exactly the point of this program. I was not here today to give you answers. I was here to give you questions. I was here to help you think. I was here to facilitate the conversation you need to have with you before you go into business for yourself. On my Instagram, in my links, Jatai International. There's a link there. Fill out the form for a 25% off coupon code on all of what Jatai has to offer on their website for you as a new customer. I want to invite you to go there. Had a fire at my business after 5 months open. Andrew, that's what I'm talking about. You couldn't plan for that. You didn't know that was going to happen. Hang on a minute. There was a question before that. Ronald, do you have to establish a relationship with the customer service to keep clients? Absolutely. Haircuts alone will not keep customers. Haircuts alone will not keep you in business. Haircuts alone will not keep you busy. Can you repeat the statement about being everything to everyone? Yeah, Demarius, if you are everything to everyone, you are nothing to anyone. If you are everything to everyone, you are nothing to anyone. It's about being specialized. Crystal, my mom just retired after being a hairdresser for 26 years, and she said she wishes she would have had this class a long time ago. Hey, you know what? Tell your mom thank you very much. Tell your mom I've been in the business 33 years. Tell your mom I wish I had this information a long time ago. But you know what? We have it now, and it gives you that something to think about and something to be prepared for. Guys, please go online, get a copy of $100,000 Hair Cutter, buy a book. These webinars and these programs are absolutely free. And I got to feed the family, and that's why we're doing this. If you don't already have a Zoot comb, get a Zoot comb system to help make you a better hair cutter. And come back every day, 9 in the morning, 11 in the morning. We're sharing more and more, and we're looking forward to it. Yeah, the internet has changed everything. We did not have this opportunity back then. We couldn't have these conversations in this way. Anybody else here on Facebook with questions? No, we're good to go. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for asking great questions. Support our sponsors. Download the documents from Barbicide. Get your coupon code on my links from Instagram. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow. How long before products arrive? Depends where you live. All orders that have been placed have been shipped. I'm not sitting on anything. I've got no back orders. Everything is in stock. So your boxes are hurrying their way to you. Thank you very much. And specifically, by the way, who asked that question about where's your shipment? Because Patrice, you asked the question. You've got a tracking number that was sent to you in an email, and if you're not sure, if you can't find it, send me an email, and I'll look up your tracking number, and I will send you your tracking information. I'm happy to help you if you need more information in that regard. No worry at all. Jesus, after doing hair 6 years, I'm finally on my own. Congratulations, Jesus. Miguel, you're very welcome, buddy. Thank you for being here. I got to go have lunch. I got a busy day. I got a lot more work to do, and I want to see you here 9 and 11 tomorrow. Thank you, Barbicide. Thank you, Jatai International. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, Zoom. It makes all this stuff possible. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. How do I approach take-home products if the owner doesn't want to sell their brands? Edwin, send me an email and we'll have a conversation about that. If your owner doesn't want to have product in the shop, the question is whether you can have product on your own. If you are a commission employee, the answer is probably not. If you are a contractor or a renter, you are free to do whatever you want to build and grow your business. And I will be happy to hook you up. Please send me an email. His product line itself isn't large or supplied to sell. That's a conversation you got to have. You got to have that conversation with them, and you should be selling your own product that you're buying and sourcing on your own. And I can hook you up with Clipper Guy product, with John Amico Professional product, with products from Jatai International. We're going to talk about that in the shave class. Message me, and I'll happy to help you. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Lunchtime. Later. Bye.